thought they played a really good first half, and then those first 10 minutes of the second half kind of did you in. Coach Jones thought they came out with a little more intensity in the second half and wanted it a little bit more. Then, did you feel like you saw any drop in your guys in the first?
No,
first few minutes?
I could have done a better job in the first 10 minutes of the second half. And, obviously there's, I can always point to stuff that they could have done, but I really think that if I had done a better job, it would have given them a better chance.
Okay. In what way?
Just putting them in some positions to have a few better opportunities, some of the decisions they made.
Timeout earlier, do you think?
No, not timeouts. No. Although, no. There was a stretch where I thought we looked tired.
Okay.
And, you go back and forth. You want to use it to get yourself in on that. And at some point, you got to learn to play through that. So that's a decision. Eventually, to be good in the league, we're going to not have to. We can't be calling timeouts to get through fatigue.
Right.
So I don't know if it was that. I just think we were a little stagnant on offense.
Yeah.
It was a little them, but maybe I could have done more help.
The first half, after I guess a couple of games that you didn't play as well as you could have, rebounded well, shot well. That's pretty much the way you want the offense to run, correct?
Yeah, that's how we want to play.
Yeah.
When you're young and you're thin, and we're getting a little less thin, but even tonight, Dave really couldn't play. He did something to his thumb, so then we went from having a little depth to all of a sudden not having a little depth. It's about putting it all together, right? That team last year was in a similar place to where we are right now. And there were nights where, could we put it all together? One of the things that team last year learned how to do was, when it's not going well, figure out how to communicate with each other and solve the problems on the court and move forward. And I thought there was a moment in the second half tonight where we didn't do a good job of that. You can see it in our body language. But then these guys stepped up and kind of brought the group together and settled that tone down and got us on the right mentality of what we have to do to solve things. So that's a huge step forward. Like, if we can learn that lesson, then we'll be able to solve all the other stuff.
You didn't like the first 10 minutes, but still you were only 6 or 7 points behind. So.
That happens. Like, teams are gonna go through droughts. Like I said, in hindsight, I wish, but there's probably 2 shots that could have fallen that didn't fall, and now I'm questioning myself. If they fall, I'm thinking, I did a great job. It's that close. And that's what people don't understand. Like, that's what competing is. That's how close the difference is. How does Carolina go from the national championship to not making the tournament, and they can get all those good players? He's not a good coach, honestly.
Lamar, was that a situation where nobody was kind of making anything? A couple people, like Coach said, had to kind of pick the team up and kind of put them on their shoulders, and that's what you guys did. I think you scored every point there for about 9 minutes, you and Julian.
I didn't even notice that. Coach just tell us we won't go through droughts. It's a basketball game in runs. He tell us that all the time. It's just about staying together and moving on, settling it with each other on the court without having to call a timeout or heard y'all say talk about timeouts. But Coach tried to get us to go through it because it's only helping us for later on in the season. We need to go through it.
Julian, I know you had struggled the last couple of games and hadn't hit a shot the first 30 minutes, whatever. How does it turn around like that? All of a sudden, you've just got it, and the shot looks good, and they're going in.
I guess it's just confidence. It comes down to that. If I think about the shot too much, of course I'm going to miss it. But if I shoot it every time like I'm going to make it, then eventually it's going to fall.
And when he releases it a little higher, it goes in.
So working on that. You talked about getting a little more depth. Evan, was the plan to redshirt him this year?
There was thoughts about that going along, yeah, there was thoughts. If Pierre and Gene were both healthy, certainly when he came here, that was going to be the plan.
Right.
But you have to adjust. That's where we're at.
And obviously you must like what he's doing in practice. He was in there in some key moments today. He played a fair amount for his first game in a long time.
I think we've decided going forward that he's going to have to be part of it. And I think these guys are tough enough to understand. Like, whether we win or lose, it's about getting better right now for us. And certainly winning helps you get better and feel better about yourself. But I just felt like it's important now. If we're going to go ahead and do it, he needs to learn and this experience. I don't want to do that come January 6th or 8th or 14th.
With the second semester about to get underway, is Gene expected back with the group? Is there a change in his status at all? Or?
Gene has made an attempt to come back, and to this point has not been successful in being able to come back. That could change going forward, but at this point, the return has been, it's not been something that's been able to happen.
That's with getting back into the school. Hasn't been able to get
No,
back
he's in school. He just personally hasn't been able to.
Oh, okay. So he's eligible. He could play for you.
He can play. He's always been eligible.
Right.
I mean, he's always been eligible. It's just about Gene getting things together on his end.
You talked about getting better. Do you feel like you did get better tonight? I mean, after I guess the first two really bad games, I guess you guys have played.
Yeah, I think we got back to the point of feeling, oh, okay, we lost a close game to a nice team. And so we got better from the big dip. I don't know if we got better from where we were before those two games. But sometimes, again, when you're young, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, and in order to get back, you got to. I sit here crushed about the loss. I know all those guys in that locker room. It was a really hard game for me. I really prefer not to play it. But I feel good about our guys. The way we played, I can coach them and make them better. If we come out every night like that, we can make each other better. We can get better. Staff included, coaches included, trainers included, SID, we can get better. If we do that, we can put that effort out every day. We need to get better fast. So the clock's ticking. And it doesn't get easier here in the next 3 or 4 games.
Raven played 18 minutes tonight. Any reason behind that? Or?
Coach's decision. I felt that the other guys were doing a good job defensively. I thought it was better. What they do is a better matchup than the other guys.
You talk about not necessarily wanting to play a game like this. Did you feel like, is there any advantage to having known the tendencies of those guys at all?
Yeah, probably a little bit. I mean, these guys can answer whether I helped them or not a little bit. But my guys do a good job scouting whoever it is. But it kept me. I was in tune a little bit quicker soon. I think maybe. But you gotta play. Like the game happens between the lines. And in the end, it's like every team does the same stuff. One guy's right-handed, one guy's left-handed. It's like, do we know Vlad wasn't going to make threes? Like, I didn't have to be at AU to know that Vlad was a three-point shooter. Right? So are we going to get it done or aren't we? Are we going to be tough? You're going to be tough enough when you're tired to close out hard and make them put it on the floor. And when we needed to, we weren't.
Lamar, is it tougher a game like this? You lost, I guess, about 4 pretty close games now. Is it tougher to get out of and get over a game like this than it is a 25-point loss like Loyola, where you just gotta, I guess, you burn the table, forget about it?
Yeah. Back to them games, we just didn't play well. Coach told us we needed to play harder, just come out with the intensity that he know we can have, like we got. And them games, I try to kind of just put them behind us. But it's a game. Coach get us ready the same way every game. So we just gotta come out, go as hard as we possibly can. Then at the end, 4 minutes to go, we'll see where we at.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.